What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. My name is G, and today we have another very interesting video in regards to this very viral TikTok video that's going on all over social media in regards to an incident that took place at a Sonic restaurant with this trans woman, if you will, called Toress. Right off the bat, I just want to say and apologize if my take on this comes out as being disrespectful or homophobic or transphobic. It's just one of those instances that I just personally just want to get out of my chest, because watching this clip, which I do have the clip, so I will be playing this so we can all be in the same page. But before we do get into that clip, I just want to say, just watching this clip and doing the research that I did on this Toress, it just made me despise this fucking character like to a 9, man. Like, and you will probably despise this person as well once I do show you the clip and then I give you the background information. So with that being said, let me just first play the clip so we can get be on the same page, and then we can all come back and discuss as to what went down. Right? So here's the clip.
Fine.
I mean, I'll pull.
And why you want to record me?
Because your entire staff has been calling me sir.
Okay. You want to park?
Why don't you tell me what we can do now?
No, because I can do the same thing with you.
Okay, but your entire staff has been calling me sir the entire time.
Okay.
What about me looks like a sir right now? Okay?
Okay. Can we please move to the side?
No. What?
Look, I'm sorry, and I apologize for what happened. Okay, if they did that, or I'm sorry. What else can I tell you? Ma'am. What else can I tell you?
What?
If you're can we please move to the side?
If I'm a what?
Can you please move to the side?
If I'm a what?
I didn't say anything. Okay, don't try to put any words in my mouth. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Look. If they call you a sir, I don't know what they did that.
Because they saw the name on my credit card and they were not being nice people.
Well, they saw your name on the credit card. What do you want them to tell you?
That has nothing to do with it. There could be someone in the back that they don't see that's paying.
Okay, ma'am.
So why would they intentionally do that? Can you tell me what your location has done to be trans competent? Because clearly they are not.
Ma'am, believe me, whatever you're saying or whatever you're trying to do with this,
I'm not trying to do anything.
Yes, because you're recording.
No, because...
Okay, you're recording. You want to put it on social media?
No, because I have been faced with discrimination from your staff.
Well, I'm so sorry. Like I said, if in your credit card, it says the name.
Right.
You're the one handing the credit card,
but
correct?
Look at me.
Okay, you're the
right?
one. Okay, I can look at you.
What about me is presenting what you would call masculine right now? If you didn't see the name on my credit card and you were quickly handing me my card back, would you have said something?
What would you like me to do, ma'am? What would you like me to do? Because eventually you want something, correct?
I would like you to promise me that you will stop treating trans people this way.
How I'm treating you? I'm treating you bad? And am I doing it?
Your staff.
Am I doing it?
Your staff.
They're not doing that, man.
Yes, they were.
Okay, well, no. By you handing the card.
I'm sorry. If someone else was sitting here that was a man, and I handed them that card, they would not have said anything. But because I'm alone, they're going to be an asshole and discriminate against me and be transphobic.
Because like my sexuality, whatever it is, and I feel confident of who I am.
I'm not
what I am.
talking about sexuality.
That's what you're just telling me.
You don't
right
even know what we're talking about. So how can you tell me I don't know what I'm talking about? We're talking about gender identity. You're talking about sexuality.
Okay.
There's a difference.
What are you? So I can call you. What are you?
No.
What are you?
Why does it matter?
No. What are you?
Why does it matter?
What are you?
Why does it matter?
Oh, it doesn't matter to you. But to me, I'm a male. Okay?
Okay.
So, what are you? So I can call you a sir or ma'am. What are you?
What would you assume looking at me?
What are you?
What would you assume looking at me?
I assume that you're a man. Okay? Okay?
Thank you. Whatever.
All right, so we're back, and yeah, so I got frustrated. Well, once again, you're just watching that shit is so annoying. So again, like I mentioned, I'll just give you a little bit of a background information as to who this Eden Torres is. This so-called activist, right? So this guy has like he has like a reputation already of just being a fucking idiot and being just a downright bully to like everyday men, people that are just really just trying to do their fucking job, and he just gives off by literally making them look like fools, trying to make them feel guilty and potentially even ruining their lives by maybe making them fired from their positions, because he's doing this all in the realms of being shielded by activism. He's there for the greater good, as he probably thinks in his own fucking imagination, right? So anyway, the whole situation first occurred because one of the employees who was attending Eden saw that his credit card that he was using to pay for the food that he ordered had his real name, which is a man's name, and as well, I'm assuming because he heard him through the drive-thru with his manly voice. Also, just from glancing at him, you can definitely see from his facial structure that Eden is in fact a guy. And I'm sorry if that sounds disrespectful, but I'm just saying how it is. You're a guy, right? So you're using logic and just being very using common sense. You'll definitely assume that Eden is a guy, and that's what he is, right? So he basically went on a whole rant, and he went to go talk to the manager, as you saw there, the manager of Sonic. And for any normal person that literally just wants to go to a drive-thru, you're there for one reason and one reason only, and that is to simply order your fucking food, eat it, and leave. That's all it is. That's all going through a drive-thru should ever be. It's not a place where you're there to cause a fucking scene. But according to Eden, this was the perfect place for him to dive into this whole activism bullshit and try to play the victim on these poor employees who are simply just trying to do their fucking job, man. And just trying to serve this guy his food so he can get the fuck out and they can deal with the next person. But with Eden and any of these trans activists who are very very toxic, who have like this very god complex and very narcissistic mindset of themselves, that they think the whole world should revolve around them, we should all be bound to their fucking feet. They're all like this, and Eden is one of those perfect examples as to what these trans activists are. They're literally nothing more than fucking bullies, these soulless people that are just that just get the kick of just making other people's lives miserable, right? So let's just let's just dive down the line. Let's go on to Eden's side. Let's just say, for argument's sake, okay, yes, maybe he is a trans and all that. Obviously, just how he is, and for all I know, he probably just a cross-dresser. I don't know. At this point in time, you cannot say a person is something, because there's always going to be someone out there saying that's not what I am. You cannot just assume, right? You can't assume gender nowadays. It's fucking ridiculous, but that's just how society is nowadays, right? But for argument's sake, all right, so taking Eden's side, all right, so fine, yeah, whatever, you're trans, you're female now, right? All right, fine. It's just a mistake. It's an understandable mistake. If employees call you sir, fine, take it on the fucking chin and move on, man. There's gonna be times where people are gonna make mistakes. They're not gonna care whether you're of trans or whatnot. They're just simply going by the way you look, what's on on the name and the tone of voice, because we don't want to sound disrespectful. And as you saw from from the footage, the manager was trying to be very respectful, very accommodating, but Eden was not having any of it. He continued, if you notice, he continued to really bait the manager to say something so he can really just kind of doom himself, because that's usually what activists really try to do. They really try to lure you to say something that you shouldn't say, so so your job can be on the line and whatnot. Because the manager was being very calm, being very respectful. He even apologized for the case, whatever, but Eden was having none of it. He was like, no, like, I want you to do something about it. Like, what the fuck else do you want him to do? He already apologized, but again, going back and trying to be on Eden's side here, right? you simply just take it on the chin and you move on with your fucking life and do whatever else that you have planned on the day. I want to use my personal case for example, because I'm, as an individual, I'm a man, obviously. I do have long hair and I work in retail, so I work in the general public. And at times when you can't, with the whole pandemic and everything, I have my mask on. So when you see me from behind, at times you would probably assume that I'm a female, and this has happened to me in occasional times as well. People call me Miss and Ma'am, and as soon as I turn around, I say, "Oh, how can I help you?" By my tone, my voice, they immediately apologize and they say, "Oh, I'm sorry, like I didn't mean in disrespect." And I simply say, "No, it's fine. It happens. It's a honest mistake. How can I help you?" I just go on, whatever the case may be. Why couldn't Eden do this? I'll tell you why. Because that's not what these trans activists do. They simply try to do this to try to garner attention so they can post it on fucking social media, as you saw here on TikTok, just to kind of have a flock of these, social justice people or trans people or maybe fellow activists to try to gang up on, not only on the employees and the manager, but also Sonic in general. They have a kick of really just dragging multiple people down without having a care in the world that you're probably destroying these poor people's lives by costing them their jobs, especially in this fucking pandemic. These people are just very selfish for doing this shit. And I'm about to say something here that's gonna sound very blunt, and I just want to apologize, but it has to be said, man. For everyone that's involved in the whole LGBTQ community, I'm just want to say this straight up. Not everyone in society gives a fuck as to what you identify yourself as. If you're gay, if you're bi, if you're lesbian, you're trans, whatever. And there's so many terminology nowadays, I can't even keep track. But here, I'm be very honest. Like maybe 80% of society doesn't give a fuck. You obviously, it's more culturally accepted. Is more, in society is more, accepted that you're, if you're coming out as being gay, bi, trans, whatever, it's more accepted, and that's great. And I'm glad that, it's being accepted more in society. The average person that doesn't have like an agenda, going around and in public areas, waving a fucking flag saying, "Hey, look at me, I'm gay, I'm trans." You don't see that shit. And we don't see that because a lot of people that are, who have common sense, who are just who literally just want to live their lives, are living their lives without them asking for the attention, for asking for everyone to bow to their fucking feet just because they're gay or they're bi. You don't see that happening because most of these, trans activists and people that are in this movement with the LGBT community that just try to really make other people look bad just because they're, discriminated against. They're just doing that because they're chasing the fucking clout. They're chasing the attention. They're gaining something out of it. And, the average person who comes out as being gay, who doesn't have like a social media, that doesn't have like a big platform, they're literally just living their lives as normal human beings, only, them just being gay, which isn't really that big of a fucking deal nowadays. So yeah, man, it's crazy. It's crazy that, people are like Eden Toress are out here just doing this shit, and this is not his first rodeo as well. This is, he has multiple accounts where he has done this shit. You can read all that about in the description. I'll be leaving the links and all that. But yeah, that's pretty much my take. I know it's a pretty lengthy video. It quickly turned into a rant, but yeah, let me know what you guys think. I want to say thank you so much for taking the time of your day to watch this video. If you like this video, give it a like. It will help me out tremendously with the YouTube's algorithm. And if you're new to the channel, I do post mainly gaming content with like commentary of current events, game news, and all that jazz. So that's something that you find interesting. Definitely feel free to subscribe. It's completely free, no cost to you, and you can always unsubscribe at any time. But with that being said, guys, I'll see you guys on the next one. All right, peace out.